Once you start into doubting yourself, you're just looking at it by mistake for the wrong reason, right? And then I said to her, you're not helping another lash artist that has been doing it for 10 years to come and take a class with you. You're helping yourself when you got started. That's the student that you're gonna teach to. You're not teaching a person that's more advanced to you, right?
You're listening to the Full-Time Lash Artist Podcast. If you want to jumpstart your lash career, you can also watch Cosme's free lash training at www.fulltimelashartist.com. Let's grow.
So it's just a matter of like understanding, all right, like what would be the path that you feel is the best for you. Again, when do you think it's right for you right now? And then you think, oh, in 6 months, I want to do this a month. But you said 1 to 2 months roughly for you to get comfy to, right, offer the service. And you said you have 4 hours a day to dedicate. I would say those 1 2 months will probably become 2 to 3 weeks. I'm confident to say that, but she would know better. Like I have no, like my superpower is marketing. But the reason that I learned so much about the industry is because the videos and the podcasts and whatnot, I just kept hearing it. And I know it's weird to hear a guy kind of talking about lashes and whatnot, but I'm not talking about the service itself. I'm talking, this applies, like the what I'm about to share with you applies to any kind of business. So let me ask you, are you a coffee drinker?
Yeah.
When I say coffee, what's the first thing that you think of?
Just in general.
Brand.
Oh, Cafe Bustelo.
Is that like a fancy Italian?
No, it's like Colombian coffee. It's really good.
Okay. I think she's the first student that didn't say Dunkin' or Starbucks.
Yeah.
The reason that, maybe Bustelo?
Yeah.
Double L?
Yeah.
We have to check it out. Is it mass? Oh, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about like a
Brand.
brand? Oh,
Brand.
I was talking. Are you talking about like Starbucks or Dunkin' or like an actual coffee brand? 'Cause I was talking.
Oh, no. I'm talking about like an actual.
Oh, like a brand. Okay, like
yeah.
okay, like Starbucks.
Okay. Is Starbucks the best coffee out there?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's one of the most known, right? And that comes down to marketing, right? So it doesn't matter how, and the reason that I always mention this is a lot of students, when I kind of have these Q&A sessions at the end, and I ask, what do you think it's more important? Is it the service, like itself, like the lash service that you offer, the marketing, or the sales process? Once marketing does the job and somebody calls you, at that point marketing stops because your phone rang, right? And then now you have to sell over the phone. What do you think is the most important skill set to have?
I would say marketing. Because without that.
Exactly. Because if marketing doesn't exist, there's no sales, there's no phone to ring, there's no DM to answer,
Yeah.
right? And then once the person gets to your salon or living room or whatever the space is, you're gonna have to, well, one, you have to learn how to switch the hats from being a great service provider when you offer the service, but then the moment the service is done, you have to quickly know how to take that hat off and then put the sales hat back on, because you have to book the refill.
Yep.
Nobody should leave the salon without having a date booked to come back, because that's the best. You already build trust. Hopefully you offered a great service, so at the end everybody's ready to leave you a 5-star review. And then now is the time. Doesn't matter if you're doing it part-time or full-time. And at first, of course, you're not going to be booked up, but nobody knows that. So you should always have urgency in place, meaning, well, I know most of the times you come Wednesday and the refill should happen in 2 weeks. You would say something along the lines of, I know you typically come Wednesday for your lashes. In 2 weeks, I have Wednesday and Thursday available, or Wednesday and Friday available. You always offer a second option in case they're not available for the same day, but you never say, do you want to book?
Okay.
you always say, well, in 2 weeks I have Wednesday and Friday available. Which one works best for you? You do not give the option. Now, of course, you're not gonna. So, yeah, somebody to, if you know, things can happen. It can be actually a busy week at work, or other, like, life can get in the way and whatnot. But that still teaches you, because if you're not able to convince the first couple of customers that you're gonna have, are gonna be the best way for you to get trained how to talk to them when you have almost zero sales training, or depending, I don't know how, if you do sales at your current job, but anything in life is sales. You convincing your parents for something, it's a sales technique. You convincing a boyfriend to, I don't know, go for dinner instead of watching football, it's a sales technique, right? Like, it's always, like, you always have, the moment you decide, all right, I'm a business owner, you have to see all of these things from that point of view. And going back to the social platforms, the moment you become a business owner, all your social platforms, I think you're the first person ever that I talked to, and you're still, you said 22? You're still Gen Z pretty much, right? Mm-hmm. You're definitely the first person, but you're definitely the first Gen Z that I heard. So absolutely no Instagram, no Snapchat, TikTok.
I just made a Snapchat like 3 weeks ago.
Snapchat for this, like, I'm familiar with how, obviously I'm familiar with the platform, and I'm familiar with the way the ads work, and they have a really great product. I don't know if you ever paid attention to, like, you'll see ads directly into DMs, which is none of the other platforms have that kind of ad. I can remember I was seeing a Ray-Ban ad, mostly products. The problem is Snapchat, for where, like, let's say 2 months go by, you already built your confidence up, you're ready to start your own place, or like rent. What would the location be? Where, in Boston? Or
probably not. Maybe in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Which, Manchester?
Like Nashville, New Hampshire.
Nashville?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So the best way, because at first you have to think for a second. I'm curious to see what your answer is. Do you think Lashes, it's a must-have service or a luxury service?
I think it's a luxury because you don't need lashes.
Who's the first person that actually said that? Did you watch any of her? No, because you have no Instagram.
No, I've seen a couple of her reels, but I don't think I've seen that.
YouTube
on
Shorts.
reel. Yeah, short.
Oh, you were, yeah, I mean, on YouTube Shorts, all the reels are posted there. But it's funny because that's actually it's the question that I ask, and everybody answers, no, women need lashes. And I always say, no, they don't. Now, once they have it, it's hard. Do you wear? Yeah, do you wear?
Yeah.
Once you get them, it's hard to say no, because how much time it saves you and the way it makes you look and all that. But at the end of the day, it's still a luxury service. So somebody paying $200 for a first-time service, and then 100, what is it, 150 refill typically? Make the numbers easy. 200 for the first, and then 2 weeks later, another 150. So that's 350 in the first month, and then 300 a month pretty much, because 150 every two weeks. On average, a client, based on the numbers here at the salon, they stay on 10 to 12 months. And then sometimes they take a break for 2-3 months, and then they come back. Or some, you have to take up. But on average, let's make the numbers easy: 10 months. Roughly, it's 10 to 12 months, $3,000 to $4,000 a year in just lashes alone. That's not cheap, right? So what does that tell you? The client, the avatar of the client that you're trying to attract, has to what?
Money.
But he has to make a decent amount of money in order to afford it, right? So then, going back to Snapchat and whatnot, do you think, because the first, when Cosmina started offering lashes, I asked her the same question: who do you think is your ideal client? And she immediately jumped and said, well, I want to work with Instagram influencers, and I want to do lashes to girls between 18 and 21 or 22, whatever. And I said, There's nothing wrong with that. But based on the prices, do you think, somebody that's either a student or they are about to finish high school, do you think a bulk of the customers would afford the refill every 2 weeks, right? Because it depends on how many clients you want to have, right? If you want to have 2-3 clients every day times, let's say 20 days a month with weekends and whatnot off, it's like 60 clients a month, right? On average, if you want to like really do it full time. And then she kind of thought, actually, you're not wrong. And I said, well, no, because it's expensive. It's like, $3,000-$4,000 a year.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money for someone just on lashes alone, right? Not putting all the other services that you ladies have to spend money on. So what does that tell you? Well, the person, and we did this both on the Lash service and also the ideal student. So the ideal client for the salon, you have to give it a name. So he said, her name is Jennifer. She's anywhere between 40 to 40 something years old. She lives in Winchester. She probably works in finance or at a bank, and possibly invest in real estate and making anywhere close to 75,000 plus a year. Now, based on that, let's reverse engineer. Do you think Jennifer spends time on Snapchat? I kind of doubt it. You see what I mean? So now you have, especially you being Gen Z, well, you said you don't use almost any of the social platforms, but most girls will say, well, I use Instagram and TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And I said, every time when I ask about Facebook, everybody's like, ugh.
Yeah, I know.
From a consumer, you might not like it. But from a business owner, the moment you become a business owner, all the platforms for the business, now it's your decision if you want to. In your case, it's a little bit easier because you have none, so you pretty much would start from scratch.
Yeah.
Or if you have all the ones, you reactivate, whatever. It's up to you if you want to. Already you didn't shut them down, maybe you just deleted the app and then it's just kind of,
No, they're gone.
I know, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's up to you if you want to make them as your personal name and then act as a personal brand offering beauty services, right? And then in the future, if you want to add more different services, you don't have to change much because now it's attached to your personality. Like for example, in Cosmina's case, her Instagram and her YouTube channel, well, I did a mistake on the YouTube channel because instead of having the channel name under her name, we looked at search engine optimization, SEO, and we called it Lash Extension Training or something like that. And because her channel is verified, I cannot change the name now. So I can, but I have to submit. It's complicated, so I'm like, whatever. But in case you're wondering, like, what would be the best way for you to get started? That's the decision that you want to make, right?
If you got a passion for lashes, let me see it. It's time to level up. If you need me to, I'll teach you my 6-figure secret. Better believe it, cause I believe in you. You're listening to the Full-Time Lash Artist Podcast. If you want to jumpstart your lash career, you can also watch Cosme's free lash training at www.fulltimelashartist.com. Let's grow.